All right, you are welcome to my channel, and we are sewing a beaded lace this time around. Welcome to this tutorial. So the lines you are seeing on the fabric, I mark the waist line, the hip line, and the knee line, then the full length. So divide all your circumference measurement by 4, and you measure it on your fabric. Then I connected it. So I'm connecting from the waist because the waist is the half length. So I'm doing the down part first. So I'm connecting the hip to the knee line now. Then from the knee line to the full length, you need to slant a bit. It depends on how flare you want it, right? So I'm trying to measure from the knee line to the full length. So whatever I measure is what I measure round to wherever place I'm extending it to. So whatever I have on the full length is what you measure round, depending on how flare you want it to be. Okay, so that is what I just did. You measure as if you are measuring a flare, right? So then I will connect it now using my straight ruler. So once you have connected it, all that remains now is for you to start adding your sewing allowance. So I'm making use of 1.5 inches as my sewing allowance, and then I measure all round, connect it, then I'll be cutting it out like you see me do. Okay, so I'm measuring on the odd underlay of the material because I'm sewing a beaded material. So you have to measure on the underlay for you to be able to be accurate and see clearly what you are doing. Okay, so I'll be cutting it out now. So this um the front block that I just drafted is what I'll be using to cut out the back. That's what I'll be using to cut out the back. Sorry for my hand blocking the view right now. Okay, so at the up side of it, remember to add your half inches sewing allowance to the waistline upward, which you'll be using to join the skirt um to the half length, the top. Okay, so this is the back. I use 1.5 inch as the sewing allowance at the zipper line. Then I place my front on it and I use it to cut it. So I'm cutting out the lining now. This is the lining I'm using. You cut out the lining for the front, then you also cut out the lining for the back. So now you have to join them front side to front side. Then you will be stitching the the side and the down. You only be leaving the upside open, so you can see the downside that I have also stitched it. So this is the trick to sew your to working with a beaded lace. This is the trick I normally use, and it works very well for me. It gives me a very good job. Okay, so I'm placing it. You can see you have to cut out that beaded lace the exact measurements. It is only the down part you will be extending by 1 inch. If you look at the down part, you can see it's a bit longer than the underlay by 1 inch. But on the side, it is exactly what is there because I've already sewn the sewing allowance inside, right? So it is exactly what is there. So right now I'm working with uwu gum. This is uwu gum, all right, the one they are doing in the plastic now. So just sprinkle it, then you place the the beaded lace on it. Make sure it is smooth and it is perfectly laid. So this is the trick I use in working with beaded lace. And trust me, this beaded lace I'm working with presently, you can see all through it is bead. It is bead all through. So it is very, very difficult to work with. Very, very difficult to work with. All right. But just take your time, and then if you can follow this trick, I promise you, you it will give you an hitch free working hour. Okay, so once you are done putting your gum on it, just you have to leave it for some time to dry, probably an hour or two. Let it dry before you start working on it, so it will stick to it properly. Okay, all right. So I'll be flipping it over to the other side. You can see the hem line. You can I told you you have to extend it a bit by 1 inch. So that is what I'm doing right now, the hem line. All right, so I'll be folding it on it. Okay, so just use it to cover it like that. When it's dry, make sure you stitch that hem line. If you use a matching thread, it won't be visible at all. And you can see it already giving me a very neat job. It's very already giving me a very neat work. Okay, so this is a trick. Please remember to give us a thumb up. So before we begin with our tutorial, this is what I'll be using to sew the beaded material. This makes it very easy because of the narrow tip it has. So it's light through the beads, and so you can see how I'm maneuvering it. All right, so I have this for sale. It's 10,000 naira for one. I can we bill it to you in any location, right? 10,000 naira for one. Okay, so yeah, and also you get it for $7 as well. So this is what I'll be using. Because of the narrow tip, so it makes it very easy to sew. You will see the material I'll be sewing on, and it's just full of bead. It's full of bead. So this work with sewing and with industrial sewing machine. I'm not so sure. It's likely to work with a manual sewing machine, but it works with industrial sewing machine. I'm sure of that. All right, before you get it, so you won't say, oh, she only wanted us to buy, right? So it works with industrial sewing machine. It's likely to work. Please find out if it will work with a manual sewing machine. I'm not so sure. All right, so this is it. This is the presser foot mat. Oh, the presser foot for the bead sewing machine. The name is actually bead or sequence presser foot. All right, in case you want to get it elsewhere, but it's very helpful. All right, thank you. Let's move on to our tutorial. So I left it a bit to dry. It is dried now. All right, and I've stitched the down part. I'm also doing this for the front and also the back. This is the back now, so I want to join the back. I want to join the back, place it on each other, then you stitch. So remember I told you I use 1.5 inch as a sewing allowance, so it remains 1 inch, and that is what I'm joining in with. All right, so let us go to the drafting of the top. Okay, the top needed to be drafted on the paper. Okay, because it's a bustier, it's a corset, I mean, it's a corset. Okay, so that is what I'm drafting out now. I'm drafting out my starting line. I'm drafting out my starting line. So I'm starting with the back of the top. So what I'm rolling now is my zipper line, which I make use of 1.5 inches as well. And I have slanted it already. I've gone inside by ½ inch. If you look at it properly, you'll see the ½ inch I went inside with. Okay, so I mark out my 1.5 inch as zipper line. Okay, then now I am marking out the shoulder and the neckline. Okay, so I'm working with neckline of neck width of 4 inches, and I went down by 1.5 inches. Okay, so that is my shoulder slant I'm rolling Okay, I went down, that's 1 inches for the shoulder slant. Then I mark out um the armhole length. The armhole length, I'm making use of um 8 inches, since that is what I have as my shoulder, So all right, just rule out your armhole line and depth, then you connect it, then to form your armhole. Okay, so I'm measuring the my dart line now. I'm making use of that of 4 inches. The bust span is 8 inches divided by 2, 4 inches. So I you roll your dart line. That's from 9 inches. 9 inches from the shoulder. I went coming down by 9 inches on the shoulder to get my that starting point. Then you mark out ½ inch on both sides as your dart leg. All right. So at this point, I went up at the waist line. I went up by 1 inches. Then I slanted down, so it won't be bulging out. So we just have to remove a dart there too at the center back. You go up by 1 inch, just lands to the side. Okay, then you can add your sewing allowance, which is ½ inches. So I'm cutting off that side, I'm shading. Okay, now we'll go to the we'll mark out our circumference measurement. Okay, so I mark out the waist divided by 4, round weight divided by 4. Then also I'm working with armhole of 20 inches, so divided by 2 is 10. That is what I measured. Then I'll be connecting it with the measurements of the armhole to the waistline, I mean. So from here we can add our sewing allowance, which I'll be making use of 1.5 inch for my sewing allowance. Remember, we are doing the back now. Just stay with me because you are going to be getting the full process of this gown. That's why we are going to be having a bit of a long video, but promise me it is worth it. I promise you, I mean, it is worth it. It is worth it. So I'm done with the zip, the back. The back, you see that I'm working with zip because it's going to be hidden corset. There's going to be corset inside, and I'll be using the zipper to cover it up. It's an inner corset. Okay, so when you look at the gown, you won't even know it's a corset. All right, so now after I'm done with that, I'm now drafting out the corset, the back corset now. So we are going to be having 2 layers at the back, the lacing corset and a zipper back as well. So I'm doing the lacing corset right now. I'm marking it out. So it's still the same method for the zipper one. The only difference is that you need to cut off from the chest line. Just cut off from the chest line, which is um I'm cutting off from 9 inches. That is from the shoulder downward. That's 9 inches, and that is what should have been the yoke for the back. That is what I'm cutting off. Then at the center back, I'll also be um removing 2 inches width from the center, so that we can replace it with our lace, with our corset lace. That's just the only difference. So if you check properly, you'll see that I'm still doing the same thing as I drafted the zipper home. Okay, so now, since I've gotten my armhole depth, I put my ruler there. I'm cutting that out. I'm cutting the other side out because I don't be needing the armhole. So you can still make use of your armhole. Use your armhole to judge where to cut off. Just cut off your armhole. You can say I'm shading it because I won't be making use of that side. Okay, so I move to the center back now. That is the 2 inches you'll be removing to replace with the lacing, with the lacing of the corset. Okay, so connect it. Then I'll also be rolling that side off because I won't be needing it as well. All right, so I'll just complete my measurement. I'm marking out the dots now. That's 4 inches. Okay, I rule it out. Then I took out the dart. So we measure half inch on the waistline to get your dart, which I'll be cutting out. I'll be cutting it out. Okay. All right. So once I'm done with it, then I'll start measuring my circumference measurement, which I started with the waistline. Whatever the waistline divided, round waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch, because of the dots we will be removing. All right. So I also did the round hip measurement. Okay, then I'll be connecting. Okay, so at this stage we are done also with this. It's just to cut it out that remains. Please remember to subscribe and give us a thumb up. Please give us a thumb up. It's not easy drafting out and doing the video, sewing and doing the video at the same time. Please give us a thumb up, please. Kindly subscribe too. So this is the backs. From the hemming line, the down part, I went up by 3 inches so that I'll be able to get my backs there. Okay, so from there you just add your sewing allowance. You can see I'll be cutting out that side. Just add your sewing allowance. I forgot to add my sewing allowance, but I think I'll be doing that later. Then I also added sewing allowance of 1.5 inches at the side as well. Okay, so I'm adding my sewing allowance of half inches right now. I'm adding my sewing allowance of 5 inches right now. Okay, so from these will also be moving to the front. We are moving to the front as well. Like I said, it's a corset. So, and also the bust area will be caging it as well. Just stay with me because I'll be showing you the full process. The full process of everything. So for the front, draft out your basic pattern. Just draft out your basic pattern. That is what I'm doing, nothing much. nothing much. And also always remember to add your sewing allowance to the shoulder once you do that. All right. So, like I said, the we will be working with a beaded material. What has been your experience working with a beaded material? Hmm. I have my own experience. So, in fact, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. Before getting to know about the bead presser fruit, I used my industrial machine to sew a beaded material. At the end of the day, my needle plate got broken. It got broken. My thought was to go to the market, get the needle plate and refixed it. Hmm. My dear soulmate, honestly, I suffered though, because up till now I'm yet to get the needle plate. Because when I got to the market, I was told that the industrial one, the industrial needle plate is not as common like the blackhead. I mean the butterfly and co. It's not common. So at the end of the day, I walked through um Idumota market. If you, for those of you that stay in Nigeria, I walked through all Idumota markets. I couldn't get the needle plate. I went to so many sewing machine engineer. None of them has it. That is how my machine got condemned though. So for those of you that sewing with industrial machine, with a needle, well, with a sewing a beaded lace with industrial machine, please, don't try it. If you will do, let me tell you, let me give you a trick. It's better you use the black egg, because the black egg is easier to get all parts. Any part of your machine that is damaged, the blackhead is easier. But if you are going to, so don't make use whatever, come what may, don't use industrial machine. You know that is even more expensive. Okay, so if there is anyone watching this and you sell um needle plate for industrial machine, please, I don't mind, you kindly contact me, I'll get it. All right, back to our corset which we are drafting. All right, so at this point I'm getting a new ham, connecting a new ham hole because of the one I removed in between my bust. So I'm returning it back, so which extended our arm hole. That is why you see another curve around that arm hole there. Okay, so I'm drafting out my sweetheart neckline. From the up bust I went down by 1.5 inches. So I'm connecting it. I'll connect it to the bust area to get my sweetheart neckline. But before you connect it, make sure you measure to get accurate measurement for both sides of the bust before you connect. All right, so from that side I'm connecting it um to my arm hole. Okay, I'm connecting it to my arm hole, and then we move from there. So once you do that, your yoke you've gotten your yoke. So the up part of it will now be our yoke. That will be our yoke. Okay, so now we'll move to our under bust. We need to tighten our under bust, and I'm making use of 3 inches, half inches before the dart line, and 2.5 inches after the dart line, so to get my curve. So here now, I'm straightening that area. If you notice, I'm using it, making use of a pencil because I will still be manipulating that area. I will still be manipulating it. That is why I used a pencil. Okay, because I won't be working with that straight dart because of the boning channel. I want the boning to be channeled all through to the center front where the navel is. Okay, so it will be, we'll have to follow that the dart line. We'll have to follow through. All right, so that is the reason. So for now, I'm now marking out my circumference measurement. Okay, so just measure whatever you have on the first half, then you continue your measurement there. All right, so now I'm still trying to um, align my circumference measurement. Okay, I'm trying to align my circumference measurement. Okay, all right, so okay, so at this point now you can see I'll be connecting, shifting the that leg down to the center. So just put in mind whatever you have at the center that as your dart. I make use of 3 inches there. So it's just the same space that you make sure you maintain. You are only shifting. You are not reducing the measurement. You are only shifting. So once I shifted the first one, I have to make shift the second one. All right. You can see instead of it being straight, I now slanted it. Okay. So it's still the same 3 inches that I'm canceling. I'm rolling out. Nothing more. All right. So my circumference measurement is still very much intact. It's still very much intact. It hasn't changed. All right, so this the second boning channel, I'm just trying to rule out where the second boning channel is. But while sewing, you can still decide to change. I may decide to make this down more closer and the upside a bit wider. It all depends, but you will just still have to follow, make sure it is all slanted. You understand? Okay, so you may decide not to rule on the pattern paper because it's still on the fabric. I'll be making the ruling later on. Okay, so I'm just trying to tell you it is the boning channel. So one boning channel will be on the joining while other boning channel will follow through. Okay, so once my circumference measurement is intact, then I will be connecting it like you see me do right now. So from this point, we'll make use of, you had your backs as well. So just go up by 3 inches, just like the back. Go up by 3 inches, then you connect and get your backs. And remember to add your sewing allowance as well. Remember to add your sewing allowance as well. Okay, so okay, so that's the place I'll be cutting off. Then we'll now move to our side that the difference between your back half length and your front half length is what will determine your measurement for the side that. Okay, so the front is 16 inches long while the back is 15 inches long, so the difference is 1 inches, and that is the 1 inches I measured and I removed. Okay, so this is all of our drafting. You can see the yoke there, the back, the front, the everything is there. So please give us a thumb up, subscribe, like, and share. Okay, so I have cut out all the material just like I did for the skirt. I'll first of all sew the underlay with the lining, then I'll iron it. You can see here I'm inputting the darts on the underlay, not on the um on the beaded lace. Okay, I only added it on. Only put the dart on the underlay, so I'll be using the lace to trace it out. By the time I'm done gumming it, you will see that the that I took will the space will show up at the side. It will show up at the side, so that's where I'll be cutting it out on the lace, but on the underlay it is being stitched. Okay, so that is what I also do for um the other side. You can see this is the dart that later showed up, and I'll be trimming it out. So just do the same for the other hand as well, and you are good to go. Make sure you lay it properly. If you know you like the neatness of this job, please share, like, and subscribe. Subscribe, please. All right, so I'm done with both sides. Then I'll be adding it up. I'll be joining it with the back, with the downside. Once I'm done with it, I've joined it, I can go ahead and add my zip. So we move to the front. Yeah, this is the front. The front, I did not join the lining and the underlay first. I have to gum it first. So I've not joined it. I have to gum the lace first. Okay, so I have caged the lining and I've added my boning channel like I explained earlier. All right, so for you to know, if you want to know how I caged it, please check the link for the caging on the comment section. I have a tutorial on boss caging. In fact, that boss caging is very explanatory, self-explanatory, because it is my highest watch um video on YouTube, because people like it. In fact, it has many shares. It's people liked, they love the video. There's no way you watch that video and you will not get it. Okay, so now get the center of your yoke, the center of your lining, and the center of the front as well. Pin it together and you stitch from center to side, from center to side. Okay, once you are done stitching, take your tailor's arm, put it under your bust. Please, you have to be very careful during this process, because we are molding here. We are molding here, and I'll be making use of very hot iron. But before then, I'm putting my hemming gum on every spot on the cage bust. I'm putting my hemming gum there. So you do the same. You do the same. This is after I have stitched the yoke, the lining, and the front together. Okay, so just make sure you are generous with the hemming gum. Then you flip the front with it. Okay, just join your front the way you join your bustier. Okay, so you can see it. You have to be very patient here, because it needed to be fit in. It needs to fit in. So you have to be very patient. You take your time properly. Take your time properly. Make sure there is no place bulging out. There is no rough place. Everything is smoothing out. Okay. So once you are done, you are you are satisfied with the way you set it, then you can go ahead and put your tailor's ham underneath. Then you start molding. You will start molding. Okay. All right. Remember this, you are working with a beaded net, so you have to be very careful with your iron as well. Ironing a beaded lace is not easy. It's not easy. So one of the best way to iron it is to use a steam iron. If you don't have a steam iron, you can make use of a wet fabric. Put it on top of it before you place your iron. That will help you spread the heat very, very well. It will help you spread the heat properly. Okay. So I think I am satisfied now with the way I've said. You can see it took me a long time. It took me a long time. Okay. So I'm satisfied now. I'll have to put my tailor's ham underneath for support. Okay. So here I'm making use of a wet fabric. Then I put my iron on top of it to mold it. You have to follow the shape of a bust too. Follow the shape of a bust. You can see like I'm holding it from center to side, center to side, center to side. Okay, that is how to mold. Center to side, center to side. Very, very important. Okay, so after molding the first bust, don't ignore the center. Then you go to the second bust. You can see it's the shape is really, really giving. You can see the shape we have here. It's really, really, really giving. Okay, so I'm done with it. Just look at what we have. Just look at it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Look at neat finishing. Okay, look at bust caging. Wow, look at bust caging. In my box caging tutorial, I'll tell you the type of boning to use, how you are going to do it. In fact, make sure you watch it. Make sure you watch it. All right. So at this point, I have joined it by the side and the hemline as well. So I'll be joining it with the down part now. I'm marking out my waistline. I'm marking out my waistline. Then I'll be joining it on the waistline. Okay, this is a straight joining. I'm not cutting anything out because the client doesn't want it to be visible that it is a corset. You can't tell it is a corset. So just make sure you get your waistline, place your skirt on it and stitch. So I've done that, and look at it. Look at what we have here. You can see where the stitch is hidden. Okay. Okay, so on this from this point, we will be joining the back with the front. Join the back with the front. So we start with the shoulder, we join it there, shoulder and the side. So that is what I've just done. You can see I've joined it. I've joined it. This is what we drafted. This is what we drafted. This is the center back and this is the side. All right, so I cut it out on the fabric and I added a stay at the back of each. So this is one and this will be the lining. This is for one side. This is for the left side. I have for the right side. So you are going to be cutting out four each of these, four each, four of these and four of these and four of these. Okay. So one will be for the right side, one will be for the left side. Then you also cut out the lining. That's how it's going to be four. So this is another one, and this is another one. So I have four of it. So what you are going to be doing now, I'm going to be stitching this. Remember, this is our dart line. This is our dart area. So you are going to be placing it like this, and you stitch it all the way down. So that I'll be doing it for all four of them. All four of them. So you are going to be stitching the dart line for all four of them. I have stitched it. You can see I joined the whole four of them. This is it. This is it. I don't think I remember to tell you, when you, after drafting, remember to add your sewing allowance of ½ inch at that line, so that you use it to join it. You understand? So please don't forget that. All right. So after joining, what we'll be doing now, it's either you had your boning to the major lining and the major material itself, or you add it to the lining. So whichever one. But for me, I'll be adding it to the material itself and not the lining. I'll just be using the lining to turn it. Okay. So this is our material. Then, apart from this joining, we'll be using it as our channel, right? We'll be using it as our body channel, and also we'll also be making use of we'll be also be adding another channel to it. So here, remember, I have 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance here. This is the side. This is the side. All right. So I will remove my 1.5 inches. Then the remaining space we have here is what we'll be dividing. So for this one, I have 5¼ inches. So if I so wish, I can add two boning channel here. I'll just divide it into three, where I'll be having two boning channel. But for this one, I don't want the boning to be too much, so I'll just be adding only one boning channel at this side here. So since I have 5.1 inch, 5¼ inches here, I'll divide it into two. So I'll be having 2.75 here. So that is where I'm adding my boning channel. So connect it. So I'll be doing same. I'll be doing same for all the remaining four. I'll measure my 2.75 here from the dart line and rule out my boning channel. So this is what I'll be doing now. I'll place my boning like this and stitch on it. But I'll be leaving ½ inch at the upper side and ½ inch at the hemming line. So it won't obstruct my sewing later on. So something like this, right? Okay, so after attaching it here, then I'll also come here on the dart line where we just stitch, and I'll place my boning too there. I'll open it up, place it there, and stitch it as well. So we'll be having two boning channel on both the right side and the left side. So I won't be adding boning channel to the lining. So the lining is staying on its own, right? So only on the two of it. So I'm adding two boning channel to it. I haven't pressed it. That is why it's still folding a bit. All right. So after you've added your boning channel, we'll still be adding more channel, but that will be at the eyelet bar. Okay. So after doing that, then you take your lining, replace your lining. So I want to turn it with my lining now. I'm turning it with my lining. It's very easy to make. Just draft it out, cut it out, add two boning, and you turn it. That is what we have done so far. So I'll be turning it. I'll be stitching it. You can see how I covered it. Then I'll stitch it on the side, at the side, and down. I'll be leaving the center back open. I'm not stitching it. That's where I'll be turning it from. So I'll stitch it this way, this way, this way. Then for the second one too, the same way. I'll be leaving the center back open. Then I'll stitch it here and by the side and down. Then we turn it. I stitch it this way, and this place is open. You can see this is the center back. It is open. So when you are done stitching it, before you turn it, this is our plastic boning. This is Regilene boning. I use the Regilene boning as a channel, while I'll be adding it with the plastic boning. So you fix it inside. like this. Okay, so I've done this. Okay, because I wanted you to see how to fix it. So you push it in like this. It is up here, so I'll pull it out a bit before I cut it out. So to push it in more, I use the same Regilene bonnet to push it in. And then here we have. So I've added the plastic bonnet to all the channel, right? Then I'll be turning it out. Before you turn it out, remember to notch this hemming line, the curve this place. And then I'll trim this place a bit because of the sharp edge. So I'll turn it inside out. Okay, so this is what we are having. So the same thing you'll be doing for the second as well. All right, so when you get to this stage now, you have to cut out 3 inches. Make sure it is of the length of this center back. This is 3 inches width. Okay, so I will be stitching it with this from the back like this. So we are now on the eye length bar. Okay, so I'll stitch it like this, 1/2 inch, then I'll turn it forward here. So let me stitch it. It's just follow through. It's not hard at all. Just follow through. Stay with me. I'll stitch it and show us. I have stitched it. You can see this is the back. I joined it this way. So this is going to be the front. Okay, so you can see I folded the edge here, because by the time, make sure you align it. By the time you are turning it this way, it rhymes with both edges. All right, so now what we'll be doing now is we'll now add our bunny channel. I'll put it on this sewing allowance. It rests on it a bit. So I'm going to be adding my sewing allowance. We are making our eyelet bar now. So I'll add, remember to leave your 1/2 inches at the top, 1/2 inches at the down part here. So I'll add the bunny channel here. After adding this, I will mark 3/4 inch. So 3/4 inch is here. Mark your 3/4 inch, then put another one here, so that the 3/4 inch space you left will be for the eyelet. To be for the eyelet. So we are going to be having 2 bony channel here. One is resting on this sewing allowance. Another one will be by the side, and the space between them will be 3/4 inch. Hope you understand that. So that's what we are going to be doing for both sides. So this is it. You can see the space here. This is for the eyelet. But if you so wish, you can decide to make your own bony channel 3. Instead of leaving space here, just put another bony channel here to make it 3. But I prefer mine to be like this. All right, so it all depends on what you want. I prefer mine to be like this, but if you so wish, you can make it 3 on this line. Okay, so now at this stage, we'll now be folding it this way. Fold it this way. Okay, so I'll fold this in. I'll fold this in properly. Then I will now top stitch. Please remember to fold it in properly. I'll now stop stitch. I'll have to use my machine to trace this same stitch. This 4 stitch, I'll trace it out. I'll restitch it. I'll top stitch on them again. Then we are done. All right. So let me quickly do it for both. There we are. So from here, you just fix your plastic bunny. Just fix your plastic bony on these two channel. Then after fixing your plastic bony, then you seal it up, stitch here to close the line. All right, this is our highlight. You can see I mean the corset, and I fixed the highlights. All right, so yeah, this is what we are having. Okay, if you are here to subscribe, kindly subscribe. Give us a thumb up. Please remember to give us a thumb up. Please, 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 to let this video reach so many people. All right. You can see that. So we are going to be fixing it now. But before we fix it, remember we need to set it properly. So I'll be removing 1.5 inch here. I'll be marking 1.5 inch from the zipper line. Because that's what we are, how we are, the easiest way we'll be able to fix um our back corset. Okay, so this for this is how you are going to, so where I marked here, that is where that is where will be our starting point, where we'll be placing our back corset. Remember the 2 inches we removed from the when we are drafting. So half inches for the sewing allowance, then we have 1.5 inches left, so I have to mark 1.5 inch here. So I'll place it like this. Then also the starting point is 9 inches, which is my, all right, this is it, you can see 9 inches. So I'll make sure it is placed there, then set here. Then I'll be pinning it, stretch it out and pin it. It is very, very important. Just pin it like this. Likewise this. Okay, so after you must have pinned it, then I'll take it to the machine. Then I'll go and top stitch on this same line again to hold it down. I'll go and top stitch. So the same way is also what I'll be doing to this side as well. And then I'll fix in my sleeve. Then this is our finished work. Check out the bust. See how the cage area is standing firm. Alright, please give us a thumb up, subscribe. Thank you for watching this. For I love you for